Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. All right. All right. All right. So, first off, let me apologize. Oh, hold on. Let me figure out my issues over here with Instagram Live. We're tuned to a new platform today. So give me a second. All right, all right, all right. Let's get it going. We're gonna have to shut off Instagram Live today because of the feedback. I got to figure out how to work that out between the two. So head on over to this link. Okay, so let's get started. Hey, Booze, hey, it's your girl, Leanne Dulce here. And you're tuned in to another episode of the Wake Up Happy Sis show on KCCR Cityscape Radio. So I'm so happy that you're here today. Sharon is going to be joining me a little bit later. But today we are talking about sex, baby. We're empowering your sexual health today. It's all about breaking the silence and empowering you with the knowledge that you need for your sexual wellness. Look, we about to have real talk today. From understanding consent to embracing pleasure, we're really diving deep into what makes your sexual health tick. So let's cut through the taboos together, baby. Okay. We're going to start a conversation that's long overdue. Now, I'm sure you guys might hear all this noise in my background. Um, they decided today was the day they wanted to come and fix my deck. So I apologize if you're hearing all that in the background. But I want to thank you for joining me on this empowering journey because it's time to own our stories, own our sexuality, own our bodies, own our pleasure. So make sure you stay tuned right here to KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our Black and Brown people because we always going to be telling our stories our way. Now let's get into it. Hey, Sharonda, good morning.
Hey, Leanne. Good morning, team.
I'm trying to get my whole Instagram life together. It was not. I was a bad idea to try it live as a first time because it just is like a feed. So I got to do it on another machine so I can turn the volume down so I don't hear it because it's like I hear it, so I'm assuming everybody else is hearing twice.
Right. Well, you actually sound good. I don't hear any
I turned
feedback
it
or
off.
anything.
I
Okay.
turned it off. I'm gonna have to go back in and figure it out because I really do want. Because people were showing up, they was popping in, popping in. So,
hmm
how was your weekend? Before we get started on this sexy ass show we got today.
Oh well, I had a sexy ass weekend. We went to see Burner Boy. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what that
Oh
is.
my
What is
god.
that?
Burner Boy is a Afro beats artist. Way
Ooh,
cool. Way cool.
yes. Okay. Okay. I love me some Afro beats. I be like,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
look,
He packed the doggone stadium.
I too had a sexy weekend.
hmm
And it's kind of apropos to what we're talking about today.
Okay.
So the first part of it, um, there's a group of us. So about all total would probably end up being about 30 people in this group. But the
Uh-huh.
beginning of the evening, it was we were at this poetry. It was an erotic poetry show.
Ooh.
Started out a little rocky. It started out real rocky. And some of the things were kind of janky, but all in all, the show itself was good energy, good performances. The performers were ladies, they were wearing lingerie, and they were doing
Mm.
just different erotic poems and call and response. Like it was that part of the show was a vibe. Now where they had us seated, because we were supposed to have a reserved section, wasn't ready when we got there. There was a body paint artist, but they put him right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir, the show's on. Can you move to the side or something, sir? Excuse me. It was something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friends and I, again, remember there's about 30 of us. Okay. We went to Trapeze, and that is a local swingers club here in Atlanta. So yes.
Well, ma'am. Well. Okay. Well, we get into it. We get
I
into it.
mean, this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm all about people being able to express their sexuality in a way that's comfortable for them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody isn't a lifestyler. Now I don't know if you can hear all this mess going on over here, Sharonda.
I can, but it ain't gonna stop the flow though, girl.
Hey B, they out there working. They are literally tearing up. I didn't know they was gonna tear up the whole deck. They was supposed to be working on the front porch.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, check that back deck too, because I need to be safe at my house.
Right,
They,
right.
they over there working it out. So we gonna let it go. So yes, so for those who are not familiar with trapeze in Atlanta, here it is um a swingers club, and the front part of it is like a regular club. Okay, they got hookahs in there. I just realized they had hookahs. I was like, what? I love me a little hookah. Have a
Mm-hmm.
dance floor, they have a DJ, they have dinner. You get dinner and you can get breakfast there too. And I'm not talking about no rinky dink little dinner. They serve like real good dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bring your own bottle, because they don't have a liquor license, so you can bring your own liquor. So that's saving you a whole bunch of money. Anybody who knows you go out anywhere, by the time you'd had 3 drinks, you like, how did I spend $100? You'd be like, what? So we was doing our thing, having a good time. So
Mm-hmm.
let's jump into this topic. Are you ready, Sharonda? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm wrecked. I'm wrecked.
Because
I
today is the day
got my
that we
fan
get,
going on in case it get a little steamy up in
because
here. Mm.
it might. We keep the fans ready. Because baby,
Uh-huh.
I've got my sexy candles going because gotta set
Mm.
a vibe. And these candles, shameless plug, are available. This one here says, "You are gold, solid gold."
Okay.
Okay, so just shameless plug. I got the sexies for you. So
Okay.
first thing I think that is a great place to start is in any kind of talk about sexual health and everything is consent,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And the importance of consent in sexual relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because consent is more than just, you know, saying yes or no, right? It's not a one time thing, it's an ongoing, enthusiastic, and informed agreement to engage in some form of sexual activity, right? And it involves active communication, because just because somebody said yes right now, don't mean they said yes next time. Don't mean they even said yes later. People
Mm-hmm.
change, feelings change, things change, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all parties, when it comes to consent have to be fully aware, voluntary, and we'll talk a little bit. I have a story about that. And then you, you want people to be enthusiastic about what they are consenting to. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you getting, what they call it, what's that song, Pound Town? If you getting an invite to Pound Town, nigga, I need you to be enthusiastically consenting to this.
What the hell is that? I never
You ain't
heard
never
of
heard
that
that song,
before.
Pound Town, but I don't even know who the girl is. That is that. I think that might be that girl, Sexy Red.
Oh.
Who, by the way, if you saw her old pictures, she was so pretty. I don't know what she did to herself, because she looked a little cray cray now.
Mm.
But whatever.
Wait. Should a precursor or a prerequisite to this show be self-love type of talk to love yourself for who you are
Mhm.
and not the enhanced version of you, if you will.
And we can definitely have that conversation. Let's have that conversation then, because I definitely feel that sexual health, okay, your pleasure, your ability to live your sexual truth has to start from a place of confidence, security, and self-love, right?
Uh-huh.
When you love you more than you love anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
consent becomes a requirement. Your pleasure no longer takes a back seat, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your understanding of your body, how it works, what makes you happy, what excites you, what
Mm-hmm.
turns you off, what is a yes or what is a hell, oh, hell no, right? What sexual health means to you have to take a forefront.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah. It totally, oh my gosh, this is so timely because I when you have a relationship with your adult children,
know.
they help hip you up to what's going on and stuff, and
Hmm.
it's a lot of things that these young people are going through or experiencing and stuff. I'm learning,
Hmm.
and I'm also learning that some people were paying attention in health class,
Some were not.
and some people weren't and stuff, and having to whoo, learn
Baby,
some
you be like this.
hard ass lessons, ma'am.
Well,
Not my kiddo, not my kiddo. It's his
about,
friend.
about to say,
And
I hope kiddo
oh,
ain't
no, no, no,
no
my
babies. They
kiddo.
ain't ready for no babies.
Oh, no. It's none of that. It's the I think the worry that he has for his friends
Mm.
not being as vigilant and learning learning up close and personal. That part you did not pay attention to in health class is coming to bite you in your ass physically, and
Oh.
now you got to deal with some stuff now because one, you weren't paying attention to health class. Two, you don't know the importance of uh, uh, knowing your numbers or knowing your status. Like if you are
Oh
healthy,
yes.
to do certain things with people and stuff. And if you
Doing those
don't have,
activities.
yes, those activities and stuff, my
Well,
kiddo is
think
dodging a
about it.
lot of
Sometimes you
bullets.
have, but even with a lot of young men and some older
Hmm.
men, hell,
Hmm.
they may not even go to the doctor consistently to have things checked out, right?
Well,
Like,
right,
one,
that
if you're
part.
sexually active, how
Hmm.
often are you getting tested?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting tested every 6 months?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you getting tested before you engage with a new partner? Whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you hopefully not raw dogging everybody who comes around that you have a social or sexual encounter with?
Man,
Right?
they
Those
better
are those
learn
are key
today.
things.
Right.
Those are key
Because
things. We can't do that.
oops is too late. It is most certainly too late. And I
You know what?
almost feel bad for his friend, but I'm like, so not only are you well past middle school, and you're out here being a whole adult and
Mhm.
stuff, I'm gonna need you to be a whole adult in all things, especially if you want to go around other people and do certain things with other people. Know what your status is,
Mhm.
because if you don't, and
You
it's
could just
free,
say
it's not
words.
that you take away the situation of cost, because it's free to it's free to get tested. Come on. And they're still not doing it.
Mhm.
And it's like, but why you got to deal with STDs nowadays and stuff? I have no clue, because they refuse to get tested.
Sometimes,
I don't
right?
know,
But I
girl.
think
I don't know.
sometimes people feel like it's like, oh, this person looks healthy. They
Hmm.
don't look like they would have
Hmm.
anything.
Hmm.
Looks can be
It's
deceiving.
that fuck around and find out type of thing. They look. No, I'm gonna need to know, because we going off facts over here and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
And we want everyone to be happy, to be healthy, and to enjoy their sexual freedoms.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
have to do it in a responsible way. And
Yes.
again, that starts with loving of yourself and taking the appropriate steps to ensure that um, you are ready. And just because you're of a certain age does not mean you're ready.
Hmm.
Let's be clear. It's not an
That's
age
right.
thing. It's a
That's
maturity
right.
thing. It is a consent thing. It is a knowledge of self.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are wandering around here still don't have knowledge of self, and they're populating the world 40, 50, 60 times over. You've seen some
Mm.
of these young men out here who got 20 and 30 kids.
Mm. Mm.
And
Mm.
as a
Yeah.
woman coming into that situation, you consented to be baby mama number 7 or 8 or 10 to
Hmm.
and we're not talking about Nick Cannon who can afford to take care of all those kids he populates the world with. I still have my thoughts about that, but that's him. He can afford to take care of him, and he only got what 4 baby mamas out of all them kids.
Hmm.
So 4 or 5. There's only a couple of them. He don't have a whole bunch for as many kids he got. You would think there may have been more,
Hmm.
but what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Um, And if you're new here, you are listening to the Wake Up Happy Sis show with your host, Leanne Dulce and Sharonda Sealy on KCCR Cityscape Radio. So listen to this commercial from our show sponsor, and we'll be right back. Hey, sis. Ever feel like you're on the verge of a meltdown? Are you overwhelmed from juggling your job, your family, and trying to fit in me time, but seriously dropping the ball on that last one? Guess what? You're not alone. Introducing the Burnout Recovery Kit. It's your 14-day lifeline to go from burnt out to lit up. Get ready to reclaim your joy, energy, and that I got this attitude. Grab your free ebook, a purpose driven workbook, daily email prompts, as well as SMS boosters and Q&A sessions. It's like a spa day for your soul, and guess what? It's totally free. Don't waste another minute feeling drained. Go to officialburnoutrecoverykit.com right now and kickstart your transformation. The Burnout Recovery Kit, because you deserve to be at the top of your own to-do list. Don't just cope. Thrive, sis. Thrive, sis. I love that last part because we are done with just coping out here in this world. Okay. We want to thrive unapologetically at all times, at all things. Now, let's get back and let's kind of get back and dig into this conversation about consent, because I want to make sure that we are kind of staying on that point a little bit more, right? For you, what do you see as consent, Sharonda? What is consent to you?
Consent is you are in a mutual relationship, monogamous relationship. I'm only people. I'm only talking about my own doggone self. So the reason why I feel so strongly about the I'm foot stomping about knowing what your status is. That could also back in the 90s. I not was it the 90s? Yes, the 90s. And so I was in a relationship with someone, and I was totally monogamous, but it took me going to the doggone doctor and getting a red card that said you need to
Mhm.
report to your gynecologist. And I did. And they showed me some things that weren't pretty and informed me of some things that weren't pretty. And I was like, but I haven't been with anybody else. Oh, but the person you were with have been with several somebodies and brought you back something.
Baby.
Yes, that part. And it was like
Ooh, no.
devastating. And I, went to my partner at the time and I told him, and he's like, oh, you lying. I didn't give you anything and all of this kind
No,
of because
what you not
his
gonna do is it? Oh, act like
your
it wasn't you.
the doggone this is before all of his dirt came to light. Well, it obviously came to light with the red damn card in the mail, and I know that I wasn't with anybody else's. So I was like, oh, all
Look,
right,
the
no problem.
audacity.
The baldacity, like, oh
Because, baby,
wow,
now
okay,
you either trying to come at my morality, not even morality, but my good name, and you're calling me
yeah.
oh,
But he was the he was the hoe back then and stuff,
you
and
going
it was
ooh, be like,
so
you know what? Mm-mm.
that doggone consent thing, it has to be ironclad because you cannot afford to take things for granted thinking that your partner is being monogamous, and they're obviously not, because now you got health issues to deal with. So the consent thing was more implied because I was in a monogamous relationship, but that matters not when your partner is not in the same
Right.
monogamous relationship.
But
So
that's where that communication
yeah.
comes in,
Yeah.
because baby, what you're not about to do is play with my life, because
Okay.
these things come at a cost.
Yes, they
And
do.
now, like you, I had a boyfriend when I was a teenager. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And let me put this over here because I'm still trying to get Instagram up. I'm resilient and about to make it work. Because
As you should.
what it ain't about to do is tell me no. But I too had a boyfriend who, who I thought we were monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
Hmm.
hymns was not on the same wavelength with my thoughts of monogamy. And he was like, oh, well, I'm going to just give him. Back then, like what he gave me crabs, girl.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, and for those, like, I don't even think that it's still a thing in life. But, and I don't know where it came from. How you, like, literally, you get little, there were little crabs in your pubic hairs. You
Mm-hmm.
got to go into the, like, and all because somebody did not practice consent. You're not practicing sexual safety.
Right.
You out there all willy-nilly taking your life and somebody else's life in your hands. You're not being responsible, and other people are paying the consequence for that.
Right. Right.
Let alone the fact that you break somebody's heart who thinks that they're in a committed relationship with you.
Hmm.
Let alone the fact that there's probably more than one woman who
Mm-hmm.
feels this way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear.
Hmm.
I'm sure it's more than one woman who feels this way,
Hmm.
because you're damn sure not being honest and open with them. Hopefully you are, but a lot of times you're not.
Right.
So the message here is, let's kind of, because I want to wrap up consent and move on, is that consent is all ongoing, that you need to pay attention to the nonverbal cues and communication. People's body language will tell you that they are or are not kind of feeling it. They're not
Mm-hmm.
into it. There have
Mm-hmm.
been women who have given consent because they may or may not have been scared for their own safety. There have definitely been women who've had sex with a guy because it was easier to do that than to be concerned about whether he's going to rape you.
My goodness.
Because when you're scared and you're put in these situations and the person you thought this person was, they turn out to be somebody different,
Man.
somebody, they show their representative, and when the real person comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God. It's a scary thing. So I want people to be very clear. If a person looks like they ain't into it, they ain't into it.
Because it's
Right?
if it's only fun for one and not all, it's not gonna be fun for nobody.
Yeah.
Because both of you should be able to consent to the situation.
Yes.
Or,
And men get the
freely
right,
and not
and
under
men
duress.
get the right to not consent too.
Yeah.
Women get to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
right, and men have the right. And did you know, they said a study by the National Sexual Violence Resource Center found that 63% of college women who've been sexually assaulted didn't report the incident, often due to confusion or misunderstanding about consent.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because I said yes when I started doesn't mean that I can't say no because something feels wrong, because I feel scared or whatever. They're killing women now because of that.
Jesus. I Something scary is it's the if you're having trepidation, if you're yeah, so back in the day, the TV shows that we used to watch, they were trying to talk about what was happening in real life. Like what was
Mm-hmm.
it? It was a different world, the college scene and stuff. And for statistics, understand that statistics are only on reported situations, not the things that are not reported. Think
That's
about an
right.
iceberg. That iceberg, you can only see just a little teeny top above the surface of the water, but underneath, okay, wait, the part above the water are the reported statistics. The part
Yeah.
underneath the water where you cannot see, those account for all of the statistics that were never reported. So situations are way worse than what's reported because not every situation is
Oh yeah. And some of that is also due to them to feelings of shame
reported.
around getting themselves into that situation. Um, when I used to drive for Uber, and I would do third shift overnight.
Lord,
And on more than one occasion, I've had scared young women get into my car bawling, crying. One of them, her friends had left her at some strange man's house that they all decided to go to. Some dude they met at a club. They went back to his house. She was drunk. Her friends left her there. And the man got mad because she wouldn't have sex with him. So she came out, and I'm talking about she ain't got no shoes on. She got her shoes in her hand. She's got clothes balled up, and she's running for her damn life down the street to meet my car.
Bless her.
So let's this isn't about a sexual assault show, so let's move on and keep talking. But sexual assault is a big part of it. Now, some common myths, misconceptions about sexual health. And one is that STIs, okay, sexually transmitted infections, only affect certain people.
Huh?
Let's be clear.
What the hell? What?
According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, nearly 20 million new sexually transmitted infections occur every year in the United States. This counters the myth that STIs only affect certain people. It doesn't hit economic. It doesn't matter if you're rich, if you're poor, if you ugly, if you're beautiful, if you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're white, if you're black, if you're Mexican, if you're African, if you're Italian, if you're Asian.
Wow.
It affects
People
everybody.
think
But think about it. A lot of times they'll think it's only in the lower socioeconomic communities. No. Right? Oh, it's only for the poor Black people. It's only for the poor whoever, poor white trash, whatever they want to call it, right? No. It's for everybody. Everybody has the same ability to catch one.
It's
now, maybe they don't have the same ability to get treated quickly. But now there are free clinics pretty much everywhere that you can get tested. You can get tested anonymously.
Yep.
Okay.
You can get, condoms. You can get the things that you need.
They have condoms all over the place, right? They even have the HIV prevention, the PrEP medicines that they're able to prescribe so that you don't, catch HIV.
Girl, I saw an advertisement on one of these socials, maybe Facebook, or a game or whatever. There was an advertisement for condoms that light up for different STIs and stuff. Like,
oh wow,
that's smart. There's
that would be good.
There's a fingernail polish that you can like dip your finger in whatever drink if you're out and about to see if there's anything in there, because people are getting roofied, girl.
I've been roofied twice.
Girl, please.
I've been roofied twice. Now, luckily, I was with my people, so ain't nothing happened to me.
Thank the Lord.
But one, I had bought a section at this club and for one of my friend's birthday. And they let some people in that we ain't know. Now that's the first thing you don't do. You don't let no random ass niggas into your section. Next thing I know, I'm outside throwing up. I feel like I'm lightheaded, dizzy. I feel like I'm super drunk. Right? Like I slept in the parking lot in my car to wear that shit off because I couldn't go anywhere.
Thankfully, so who came to check on you to make sure that you were safe?
My people checked on me. My people made sure I was good.
It's scary out there. It
is. Okay, now let's also get to another misconception. I really like this. That pleasure is secondary in sexual health.
Huh?
Baby.
Wait, what?
No, that pleasure is secondary in sexual health. There are a lot of women who are not pleased during sex, and they have to live with that, right? Every woman does not have an orgasm the same way, right?
Okay.
What pleases me and what my body needs ain't gonna be the same as what your body needs, ain't gonna be the same as what the next woman needs,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
men can't just use the same old technique and think that every woman is going to react the same.
Mm-hmm.
No two vaginas are even the same.
Not at all. Hell, no two orgasms are the same. Shit.
Period.
What the hell? What?
So
Wait.
sexual pleasure is a
Sure, you're not
fundamental,
making this stuff up.
right? It's a fundamental aspect. But there are women who, you know, who have never had an orgasm
Mm-hmm.
from like regular sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, it's hard for me to have an orgasm from regular sex. There's
Mm-hmm.
only certain people that it's been able to happen with for me. But I know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? I know my body. I know what pleasures my body. I know how to tell a man what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some women don't even know that because they are not into masturbation.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what turns them on, what makes their body respond to different things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Different stimuli.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know, right? Because sexual pleasure is a fundamental aspect of overall health and well being. It is essential for our mental and emotional health, relationship satisfaction, personal fulfillment.
If you
So,
do it
why
right,
are you doing it if you're not? And sometimes, like even with me, with sex, sometimes my end game isn't even orgasm, right?
right,
Pleasure doesn't always have to end in orgasm.
right,
Sometimes I like the physical closeness that I share with that
right.
person, that intimacy, right?
If you do it right, if you think about things, how old you are now and what pleasures you now didn't pleasure you back then because you didn't know you as you grow you're going to find different things that you get
Hmm.
pleasure from that you had no clue about yesterday. Today is awesome, tomorrow is a definite odyssey to figure out that doggone thing because it's when you're in a safe environment and stuff, meaning in a loving monogamous relationship and stuff, certain things can, I don't know, you might become auditory. It could be that your partner is telling you things or saying things to you that's getting some juices flowing. It could be a touch or a caress. It's kind of like your erogenous zone is playing hot potato or like too hot too cold. like like here,
Well,
like here
I'm
you go,
sorry,
here you
that's
go,
so funny.
here you
That's
go.
so funny.
You
That's so funny.
girl, like here, nope, here, nope, here.
When you be like, oh, Suki,
Girl,
like for
I'm
me,
telling
one
you,
of the things that I really love is a person who will kiss up my spine and my neck. I
man,
will always go like this because that little spot
ma'am,
right there. Oh my god!
hold on, ma'am, you deserve this.
Like that's a thing, right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, and I think sometimes people forget that foreplay is necessary.
Ma'am. And foreplay comes in different doggone forms and phases. Like it could
Yes.
be the spoken word. It could be a look. It could be
Mm-hmm.
a touch. I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about myself, of course. These are the
That's, I
things
mean,
that I'm discovering.
hey, look, when I tell you pleasure, 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 right?
Mhm.
Let's start with, again, like you said, is like I said, is understanding your own body. Find out, like you said, oh, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Right? Your body has different erogenous zones. You
Uh-huh.
have to find what yours are. How are you going to find that? Some,
And don't be locked in a damn box. Because, like I said, the hot
Maybe.
potato G spot, it travels, it migrates, because what
Mm-hmm.
used to turn you on might not now. And there's
Mm-hmm.
other things that might. See, I'm telling you, but you don't know what you're looking for until, like I said, that spot, like, oh, that right there, that, yeah, not so much. This, oh, you understand? So
Exactly.
you're like you said, it's the journey instead of the destination, because sometimes the journey is way more pleasurable than the destination and stuff. So
Exactly. Like, let's
be
say,
open to it.
what do you like? Do you like to be choked? Do you like your hair pulled? Do you like to be spanked? Do you like someone, you like that servant master relationship, right? You're a dom or you're a sub, right?
Mm,
What are the things that make you happy? Where on your body do you like being touched? You
mm.
know, what touches, what caresses, what sensations, right? A feather going across your body. Or are you somebody who's a little more hardcore? I want you to pour some wax on me and step on me,
Because
right?
thugs like
There's, you
wax.
have to know. Right. You have to know there's levels to it. There's levels to it. Some people are a little more aggressive. When we were at Trapeze, there was one lady there. Now, my friend has a flogger,
What the hell is
and
that?
a flogger is a device, a handheld device that has a whole bunch of little tassels on it. The tassels can be
Uh-huh.
made out of different things, right? But it's used to kind of like your just, it could be lightly or it could be very heavily whooping somebody essentially, right? And he has one that's called Cosmo. Okay, it's blue. It's called Cosmo, and I affectionately dubbed it Cosmo the Wanda. Now, Wand, Wand, Cosmo and Wanda. I was like, oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
So, but this one girl, she was like, look, I ain't about this life. I am this life. She was like, their hand will wear out before I will.
Oh my.
And she was right. Like, she was like, harder, harder. Hit me on my back. And she did. And he hit her hard. And she didn't even move. She was like,
Oh,
that's all you got?
oh my God. My
That's
God.
all you got. She didn't move until he hit her with his hand. And she's showing him, she said, you got to do it this way or you going to hurt your hand. I ain't going to be hurt. Your hand going to be hurt, not me. Oh, she was a G. I was like, General. That's how I felt. Hey, General. Like,
Ma'am.
because she handled her business. Okay. Now, that might be the higher level for some people. Me, I'm not about that pain. I'm not about that pain. You flog me, you got to hit me light. Don't hit me too hard or I'm out. Then after you hit it, rub it a little bit, Yeah, rub it or pat it or something, kiss it or
Oh
something.
my
I'm just saying, right?
God.
But you don't know until you know what pleases you.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you happy? What makes you feel, even what makes you feel sexy? Because that is such a big part of your pleasure,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is what makes you feel sexy. You know what? I feel so sexy when he does this or when I wear this. I put on my
Mm-hmm.
little perfume, I put on my lingerie, I got my wine or whatever. What are the things that make you feel sexy? Self exploration is key because you cannot tell somebody how to please you if you don't know what makes you happy, what makes your body purr, sing, whistle, whatever it needs to do.
Ah, I think that's a really great thing. The because of, in my mind, that the intimacy is foreplay. It's the
Mm-hmm.
it's before. Okay, so let's talk about how intimacy can have nothing to do with intercourse. it can be
Mm-hmm.
standing up at the doggone concert and your husband singing to you word for word the doggone songs of this doggone song while holding you. A girl, yeah, a
Yes.
intimacy can get things started off before you even get alone. It could
And
be in a whole damn room full of people.
yes, a look. I was watching this on TikTok, and there is like a dominant and a dominant sub, and he
Mhm.
would just have little hand signals. Like you may not even notice. He just looked like he's scratching his forehead or whatever, and he's sending her ass sexy ass signals. Did you know, Sharonda, that they have this toy that you actually
Wait,
can
with a
wear?
remote control?
Yes, baby.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
They have one that goes like this. A part goes up in your vagina, the other part sits on the outside, like on your clitoris. Okay.
Mhm.
And the difference is it could be remote controlled, but they have an app.
Oh my
You could just turn
Tyler
it
O.
on. You could just
Tyler O.
look, but you could just broadcast it and anybody could control it. Imagine that. You just minding your business at the show. Got your little toy in, and all of a sudden, like, like, come
I
on.
was okay. My vision of myself, I think I'm a whole damn cartoon because I'm totally animated.
Just think of husband. Just think of husband. Y'all at dinner, okay? Y'all at dinner friends, with friends, and he got the controller, baby.
See, in that
And
situation,
you can't be super animated in that
it's gonna be a
setting
fight
because
trying
you
to
with
stay
friends.
still.
You over here like this. Can't even talk. Like that's the kind of stuff I love, right?
And y'all
You
having your own
you're
doggone
having your
party in
own
front of
thing.
a
And
whole
just he
room
just
full of
posting
people.
it.
They
Just
have no idea.
you're, you're, you don't even know. And then he give you that look. Uh-huh. Give you that little up and down look where they be like this. Like, oh, like you see your man and he over there just having a casual conversation with somebody, and you may have been over there having any conversation, whatever. You just look at him across the room, y'all catch eye, and you be like, boy,
Get you the week. I'm gonna get you.
we get home.
Totally go get you later. Oh.
Look,
Oh, wait, I thought you were about to say reach in the pocket and press a button or two.
I'm sitting like, period. Like, imagine he just over there talking, got his hand in his pocket,
Yeah.
playing with the remote. You
Girl,
trying to
it's
have
the
a conversation with me.
possibility.
The
Yes, it's the
possibilities are
possibility alone
endless,
that's doing
but you're
something.
not going to know if you don't explore, if you don't look into what are the things that make you happy. What is your favorite type of foreplay with your partner,
Uh-huh.
right? Because to me, that's the most important thing. What is the favorite type of foreplay, right? First, for me, it's mental. It's very mental. I realize also I have a praise kink,
Oh, what now?
a praise kink, where you be like, the guy is like, oh, you're a good girl, or something like that. For the right guy, yes. Now, every man can't do that,
Keek.
but
What's that? You
a
ain't tell
kink,
me I was gonna have a whole vocabulary list, man.
so like a kink is a thing that you like, right? So a praise kink is a person who likes to be praised. Oh, you're such a pretty
Mm.
girl. Oh, you're a good girl.
Oh.
Look at me while you're doing this, and then they'd be like, yes, you're being a good girl. It's just
Kink as in kinky.
yes,
Oh, that's a little
yes.
slow. I
It's
got it now.
okay. It's okay, right?
See, it's
It's
the
okay.
later. I know. I have never even. But okay, I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
Mhm. And I think having that open communication with your partner is so
Mhm.
important, so
Mhm.
that they know what you like. You know, because you know what you like,
Mhm.
right? It
Mhm.
ain't no surprise.
Mhm.
But be to me also being open to experimentation and exploration,
Yeah. And then you
not
can
being
say,
afraid to try something new, right?
right.
I
And
had
then
mm,
you get to say if it's a thumbs up or thumbs down, a yay or nay or whatever. And then you go on from there and you try something else and stuff. But I am for the exploration part of it and stuff, because you don't know what you don't know, and you
mhm.
miss every single shot that you don't try. So it's like, let's do
And
it.
that's right. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right? So for me, like I got a million stories. I'm gonna say, I
Oh
maybe
yes, do tell. It's your turn now.
so like um one I used to date this one guy. Oh my god, he was just delicious. He was so sexy. I remember one time he's walking down the hall to my house, and I see him on the camera, right? And the funny thing, he walks in, he walked past some group of women, and you just see them like it was this. Like you could see when they was like, damn, he's fine. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I know he is. Okay. Don't let any of this fool you. I pull fine. I pull fine. Okay. And we would just laugh about that kind of shit because he would always tell me such and such, and he just crack up because he a goofball. But he had a control thing, right? That he'll like grab your face and be like such and such, such and such. Commands work for me. Don't call me a bitch, nothing like that. You can call me a slut though. I do like some of those little nasty words. Bitch ain't never one of them.
Right.
I call my friends bitch, but a man can never call me bitch. It's a whole different connotation. It's
Mhm.
no dry up city. But when he call me, uh, a little slut or a little whore or some shit like that, that works. Um, they tell you like command you, right? He had a thing about that. But we would like sit and talk for a long time. So there was always a very much strong mental connection with us, right? That mental, if you can get the mental
Oh my
sexy,
God.
the
Like I
mental
said,
sexy
the
means you will
verbal, my
always,
God.
right?
Uh, it
You
ain't
have
nothing
to
like it
try,
in
but you
the
have to
world.
try new things, and you
Yeah,
have to see what you like and also what you don't like, and you have to do that in a safe space with a partner that you trust.
that part.
You can't be trying a whole bunch of new shit with some guy or girl that you just met.
Stranger danger. No, no, sir, no, ma'am. No.
No, we
So
need to we
that
need
that
to
mental part.
remember that, right? Sometimes we forget. Oh, I could just know you can't. What you can't do is that. What you can't do is that. If we're gonna
It's
start
the
some new
mental,
stuff,
girl.
let me just stick with the tried and true. We're gonna
Hmm.
do dictionary, you're gonna get some back shots. What's happening here?
Girl, I'm telling you that, dude. No, don't ever discount that mental part. The non-verbal cues or some of the verbal cues. It's when you've been with your partner for eons, seems like, and you've been through stuff together and you worked hard. You're in it to win it with this person and stuff. And
Yes.
it's the trying a new thing. I'm excited for today and tomorrow. Yesterday was pretty damn cool, but our todays and tomorrows outweigh the
Well,
yesterday.
you guys have been married for how long?
Next month, 26.
Like,
I said
I
eons.
don't, I don't like. I don't even know if I could like somebody that long.
But that's the
Like,
thing. The reason why we're married this long is because we do like each other. We were
like
actually
that.
friends
Like, I
before.
love that. Like, you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
love that because that person knows you. You're in a safe space where you guys could try something new, and he ain't gonna look at you crazy. Well, he might, depending on what you say. You might look at
But he's
him
still
crazy
here
depending
though,
on what
even if
he
he
says.
does.
But it's okay, right?
Mhm.
because you're still in a safe space and you
Yeah.
can experiment, and you know what he likes, he knows what you like
Yeah.
those. That's where we need to get to, in a space where first I know myself, I know my body. And if you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what's a good way for me to start exploring my body, my self pleasure, what one tip would you give somebody?
Give yourself grace for one, and in trying to figure this thing out and stuff. Um, there's places where you can go and get items to help you figure this thing out. It's the intimacy of being in a lasting relationship where you can, ask for help, or like, it's because you don't know what you don't know. If you don't, I'm 51 years old and I'm still learning stuff about myself. How about that?
Facts.
So don't, young people, or any people, anybody, don't don't take for granted that you should already know what that thing is that turns you on, because each day is different and not like the last. And
Mm-hmm.
so you could hear something from your partner that didn't move you yesterday, but it's doing wonders for you today.
Doing the
And
damn thing. Baby.
absolutely. And so just it's not one of those things that you automatically know, because as you live and as you grow, you figure out different things about
Mm-hmm.
yourself and what how to please you or what pleases you and stuff. So just be open to it. That's the thing I want to share. Be open to
Yes.
the spontaneity of figuring out what brings you pleasure, because what you know today you didn't know yesterday, or
Period.
what pleases you today didn't do anything for you yesterday, but today, ho ho ho.
Baby, that little stroke on the neck. Like, I love when men, I'm a baldy, in case y'all didn't know, I
Mm.
got a little bit extra hair today, but when a man just kind of rubs my head like this, oh, especially when
Uh,
they palm it like that and do a little massage to it. Yes. Or when your man just, when you walk by, and we could be anywhere, grab my ass, grab it with authority, like smack and grab, like, okay, and then rub it a little bit. Okay, then rub it a little bit. Okay, I
or
don't care
the
where
or
we are
the,
out
the
in
the
public.
grab on the go.
Or the, yeah, or the casual little graze. Okay, because when I walk past him, I'm a grazing. I'm gonna grab him up too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for what you're gonna find out about yourself, to our listeners, because
Yeah.
it's going to be fun figuring that
It's a
out and
fun
stuff.
journey. It's
Yeah,
a fun
see,
journey. And you
it's
have to
totally.
you have to get comfortable with your body before you can be comfortable with anybody else's.
Yeah,
Cause baby,
yeah.
lights on, all that. You're gonna get all this big girl fluff and sexiness. I don't do that lights off. Oh my god, I'm so ashamed. If he didn't like it, why is
You
he
wouldn't have
here?
got that far.
Why
Right.
is he here if he don't like all that there is to me?
Let go of the shame and the pride part and just be
Yes. And
open.
sometimes that means
Relax
you have
into
to
the
go get
thing.
some help. But sometimes it means you have to go get some help because you have some deep-seated pain and trauma that's
Mhm.
behind it. But we gonna that's another show.
Okay.
That's a whole different show. Because those deep-seated pain, hurt, anger, trauma
In
that
your
you've been
way.
through is stopping
Hmm.
you from having a great sexual experience.
Hmm.
And I want us all to have great sexual experiences.
Absolutely.
We deserve great sex. You deserve to be pleasured. You deserve to have that. Now, before we
Mm.
go, I want to say one more thing is question of how can I communicate my needs to my partner? Now, first thing I'm going to say is you want to start by creating a safe and an open space or open environment for conversation. You want to be clear,
Mhm.
right? encourage your partner to do the same, because pleasure isn't a one-way street. I get pleasure from pleasuring my partner as well.
See, and that's
That makes me
oh,
feel that makes me feel sexy
mhm,
when, if I'm giving him head,
mm.
he is enjoying it. I don't want no quiet head receiver. If you a quiet head receiver, go on away from me. Okay.
Uh,
I want
you
you to hear,
so
I want you to know
in that
that
aspect, you're being selfless, and that's girl. Oh my gosh,
that
because
turns me on when I see his reaction. I can hear his reaction, right?
yeah,
Like that turns me on.
yeah,
You know, that good communication
yeah,
is what is going to make you comfortable. And that might not be something that happens. That's not a date one or date two thing for some people, right? You have to know the person, you have to trust the person,
mhm,
right?
yeah,
Build that up and have those conversations so that you can get what you need. If
mm,
he's not eating your vagina, your pussy, your coochie, whatever you want to call it, the right way, make sure that you guide him and tell him what feels good. I had that happen to me,
mhm.
and he, like most guys think that you can just lick your way. I'm not what do they call it? The owl with the Tootsie Pop. Well, hun, to do it. You do it. Okay?
Uh-huh.
You gotta apply pressure. I ain't gonna go into all that extra detail, but you gotta apply some pressure. Okay, you gotta do some things. And if you ain't doing it right, I'ma just sit there. Because I'm not gonna gaslight you and make you think you're doing something when you're not. But I'm going to tell you, okay, can you do this? Can you
Mhm.
do that? If you don't feel comfortable talking to that person about your sexual needs, you should not be having sex with that person.
That part.
Let's be
Oh,
clear. If you can't talk to them about your needs, your wants, your desires, what makes you feel sexy, what makes you feel appreciated, what makes you feel appreciated, whatever, what you need, you should not be having sex with that person.
right.
Because you have to know what you like. You also have to know what you don't like, what
Yep,
is
because
not
that's important
work.
too. Hmm.
Okay. I
That's
ain't a
important
swallower.
too.
Like I ain't a swallower. I'm gonna spit that shit out right on you. Don't do it, sir.
Wait, so you don't like a quiet receiver. What about you being on the receiving end? You just said that you quiet when they not hitting it. Right. So when they are you vocal?
This is yes, yes. And I ain't even gonna tell the secret. I was gonna give a secret away of me, but I ain't gonna do it. They
Nope.
don't need to know
Nope.
all
Leave
the
it for the mystique part. Mm-mm.
That's it. You have to experience me to know. That's where we're gonna be at. You have to experience me to know. You'll know. You will definitely know. Now I'm not one of them super loud people now. That's a lot. But you know if you're doing a good job, you know.
Yes. Yes and yes.
And if not, it's not an automatic kick to the curb. I will give you, because look, this is the thing, okay? I once gave a guy, I'm gonna do my own harm. I once gave a guy uh, a hand job, and he came in like 30 seconds. Maybe I'm gonna give him 30 seconds to a minute. It was less than a minute though. Now, I attribute that some of that to what I do, but also some of it probably because we had a buildup of foreplay. And sometimes a guy has to get that first one out so he can, get out the little anxiety and the tension, especially if your first time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that out. But after that, get it right, get it together, sir. And me, I have to get it together too.
It's
Because
definitely a
again,
contact sport.
it's about both. It's
Mhm.
about both. We're a team here. We're not on opposite sides. We're a team.
Right. Right.
So
Golly.
that's where we're at. Have those conversations with your partner.
Yeah.
Make it a safe environment. If you don't feel safe, get yourself out of that environment
Yeah.
immediately.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
protect yourself. Wrap it up.
Man.
Get tested regularly. I'm just going over a recap of some of the things we talked about, right?
Mhm,
Consent
mhm.
is for everybody,
Yep.
as are STIs. And if you don't want one, practice safe sex. Just
And
because
get
they
some
look,
testing.
just because they look healthy, don't mean they are. There are
I,
people who are out here maliciously trying to hurt
yep.
people.
I would say don't even walk by sight because my goodness, there's a
Get the
lot of
results.
stuff to be unpacked.
Look,
My
they got the apps now on the phone. Boop,
God.
there's my results. That's
Mm.
easy. That's how easy
It's
it
too
is.
easy. Too easy.
That's how
Too
easy
easy.
it is. So, and it's free. There are centers that will test you for free.
Free as your
And
friend.
generally those tests are probably covered by your health insurance as well. You just have to look at what your plan covers, and it's open enrollment. So get you a plan that's covering all your needs, right?
Hmm, hmm.
And remember, your pleasure is not an option. You deserve to be pleasured. It does not
Hmm.
come secondary to someone else's pleasure.
It's not
Okay?
a
Remember, we're a team.
privilege.
If he's
It's
only
a
focused on
necessity,
his pleasure, if he's only focused on his pleasure, maybe you need to get somebody else.
basically.
Because I want somebody who's just as focused on mine as I am on theirs.
Hmm.
Any last things you want to say, Sharonda? As
Enjoy the
the
journey.
experienced married woman for eons.
Yeah. Enjoy the journey, and the communication can make the difference. And be open to
And how do you keep it spicy after all those years?
just different thing, being open to different things. It's the intimacy for me. It's
Mm-hmm.
long. It don't. I mean, we're fully clothed, like we're in different parts of the house, and I'm thinking some really nice thoughts right now and stuff. And just,
Did
you
look?
know,
I'm like you send him a little message. Just send him a little message, little text message, little sexy
hmm,
messages. If you're a
hmm,
woman, let me give this tip too. If you're a woman, you got a man, and you make his lunch,
hmm.
write him a sexy note in his lunch every day. A different
It's okay
sexy
to
note.
sext you with your man. Sexting.
You
Send a little
can do
text
that
and
with
be
your
like,
man. Now make sure that your man and your son do not have the same name in your phone, though.
Lord have mercy. That's a different show. That's a
Hmm.
different show. My
There was
gosh,
a
my
mom who did
gosh.
that, and she
Oh,
accidentally sent it to the son.
oh.
She said she expeditiously changed that name in her
Wait,
phone.
did she have to endure the side eye from her son for a minute? Like,
Yes,
uh,
because her son was a little older. Really, mom? Really,
that's what kind
mom?
how gross is that? How did you get
So
here though,
yeah,
son? I'm
the
just saying.
things, the things that happen. Okay, you have to be ready. Because when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's that part right there. Absolutely,
So
that part is the
I want to thank y'all for joining us again on another fabulous episode of Wake Up Happy Sis. I am your host, Leanne Dulce, with my co-host, Sharonda Seeley. And just remember, your pleasure is your responsibility. That's a
that
bar.
part.
That's a
Mm.
bar for the outro. And that's in all aspects of life, not just in sex. Okay? Your pleasure is your responsibility. Stop waiting on somebody else to please you. Please yourself
Hmm.
first.
Wait,
So,
did you ever used
trying
to
to tell the
watch
people how they can find you.
okay, yes, you can find me at
Wait, no, go,
bookkeepingforlife.com.
no, no, no. Go ahead. No.
Oh,
Ask your question.
did you ever watch Being Mary J?
I've seen a couple episodes of it.
Well, Miss Mary J wasn't scared to have a doggone whole vibrator in her desk at work.
First
Like,
of
let me go
all,
ahead and get this off right quick. Like,
first of
oh,
all, you gonna get fired. Don't listen to Sharonda
what?
or Mary
Wait a
J.
minute. What's all
No,
of that?
no.
Okay, it was the
Don't listen
show.
to
It was the
Sharonda.
show.
Don't
It
listen to
was the
Sharonda
show,
or Mary
ma'am.
Jane. We're not doing
That's
that. That's what we don't get fired from your
like that's
job.
intriguing. That's totally intriguing.
Don't
But
get
yeah,
fired.
don't get fired.
Keep it
Don't get
in
fired
your
from your job for
car.
these nuts, y'all. It's not worth
Keep
it.
it keep it
It's
in
not
your
worth
car. If you gotta do it and you need
Go
a
out to the
midday
car.
release, keep it in your car. Don't put it in your desk. Unless you got a lock on that door. Unless you got a lock on it.
Oh my gosh. But y'all, this was a great, great show. It was my pleasure doing this show today. Please come and check me out at bookkeepingforlife.com because 'tis the season. Y'all already know what's finna go down. It's tax season right up on us, y'all. But happy holidays and enjoy the time away and with your special ones and stuff. So have a good one. We'll talk to you next week.
Yes. And if you want to get more of this, you can head on over to our Facebook group. You can look up Wake Up Happy Sis and join the Facebook group, or you can head on over to wakeuphappysis.com, get on the mailing list so you can know what's coming up, what we got going on. We've got some fabulous things that we're planning. So make sure you go join the list, keep in touch. You can also hit us on Facebook, the Wake Up Happy Sis Facebook page. You can inbox me, ask us any questions, that may come up on another show, right? We love to answer questions from our listeners. So let us know what you want to know. And we're gonna give you an answer. May not be the answer you want to hear, but we gonna give it to you real raw and honest at all times. So
Absolutely.
want to thank y'all for joining us. Have the day you're meant to have, because regardless of what happens to you, you get to choose how you respond to it. So
Absolutely.
with that, we love you. Thank you for another fabulous show, and we'll see you next Monday.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wake Up Happy Sis on KCCR The Brownstone. Make sure you show up every Monday at 10 a.m. for a new show.